Tell us why you came out here today.
Because we believe in America, we should have our freedoms.
Okay, and what do you mean by we should have our freedoms?
We should have our freedom. We should have choice of health care. We should have choice, all our choices, right to bear arms, everything. And
Things seem to be going the wrong way.
How so?
Just the way that they're leading us. They're spending more than we're making, and it's just going the wrong way.
So I imagine when you say they're spending more than they're making, would
They're
you
spending more than we're making, I should
spend
say.
more than we're making? Do you mean as a country or
As
individual?
a country.
Okay.
well, it takes every individual of the country because they're taking tax money from every person who works. And they're overspending in the government, but the only ones who seem to be suffering is the people.
Okay, and where would you like to see them cut spending?
In the government,
Well,
where
whereabouts
it's just
specifically?
very big. It's very big in all issues.
They need to quit spending on some of the stuff like, the bridges of nowhere and the tunnels for turtles and, I guess research that's not really needing to be done.
Okay. But is there anything specific, any specific funding that you would say should be cut?
Just all the waste. I mean, that's the only thing.
Well, all the
I can't think of anything
ways, yeah.
specific.
But give our viewers like some specifics. Like, should the Department of Education be cut?
No.
No. Social Security.
One thing I think should be changed is probably welfare, and Social Security should probably be revamped.
How so?
It should be more in the hands of the people.
So like privatize it?
Yeah, instead of the government deciding where our money's going to go. Because when I retire, it's probably not even going to be there.
Now, if we had privatized Social Security, like Bush tried to, and he was stopped by the Democrats, what do you think would have happened to people's Social Security accounts in this economic collapse?
That depends on how they let them do it. If you had people where you can make a choice to leave it in what it's in right now, or do whatever you want with it, it might have made a big difference. I mean, people could have lost a lot of money.
So you want people to still have the option to stick with the same Social
Yeah.
Security we have?
Yeah, which I think that's what Bush was trying to do. If you were
Well, he was trying to get everyone into private accounts.
The way I understood it, he was trying to get everyone into basically, if you were, I guess it was, you're over a certain age, you were supposed to stay with, you didn't have to, but you could stay with what's going on right now.
Yeah, well, that was it was like a rolling thing. Like, this won't affect the people that are 55, but it will affect the younger people. But he wanted everyone eventually to be in private accounts, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Right. And you're saying you don't agree. You think people should still have the option of staying with
You still have the option if you want to, but if you want to get yours out of there, you should have that option also.
No, to some degree, a lot of people probably might stay with that, and so it wouldn't really cut it. So where else would you say we should cut? Maybe defense spending?
No.
No?
I think they need to investigate the medical care fraud and the welfare fraud. Okay, I work in ambulance service. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We charge our old people who work all our lives for an ambulance trip, but people who abuse the welfare system, we write it off we get paid a third and write the rest off. What sense does that make?
And are you aware that this bill it includes provisions to cut down on fraud? And they were actually attacked as cutting Medicare
If they
for
haven't
that?
been able to do it, I don't see this bill being able to do it. And I don't like the idea of someone saying they're going to make my choice for my health care. No, that's not the American way.
So, okay. So you'd like to see cuts in the healthcare spending then? Is that what it is?
Did you think we needed the health care, universal health care? Come on, trillions of dollars? There you go.
Well, there was a report last year from Harvard that said 45,000 Americans die every year simply because they don't have care. So that's why I think people wanted to deal with that.
I know you have to deal with that, but you have to deal with it on another level.
How so?
For the fact that if you regulated welfare, don't let someone who has their fourth child still be on welfare at 23, there's a problem there. There's definitely a problem. You're living on welfare. You're not using it as aid is what it was set up for.
Yeah. And ultimately, if we were able to cut welfare entirely, it would still do very, very little to our deficit.
You can't cut it entirely because there are some women who have children. They don't plan. Their husband died. How are they supposed to have assistance? That's what that's there for.
Okay.
Not to live on generation after generation. And who pays for it? The people who work.
So far right now we would cut healthcare spending, and that's so far it seems like. We don't want to cut education or defense
You can't
or
cut education
Social
because
Security.
that's what's going to make our country work. Defense, that's what's going to keep us safe. We have a huge government that I don't think the forefathers had in mind of being, and they say even then they knew it would get out of control and the spending would get out of control. So now cut the government and the spending will go down, which means our economy will go up.
Yeah, I think what I'm looking for is specifics of what in the government we would actually cut.
I don't know. I don't know all the details about the government. I'm concerned about stuff that affects me. Healthcare, education. I have children. So those things affect me.
Well, do you know that the Congressional Budget Office, which is a nonpartisan group, Glenn Beck quotes it all the time, so does Sarah Palin, they say that the healthcare bill will reduce the deficit, and specifically the Medicare and Medicaid expansions would reduce it by $455 billion. That if we repealed that, it would increase our deficit by $455 billion. What would you say to that?
Well, after he's already put it into effect, I'm sure that repealing it's going to cost us money. I'm pretty sure of that.
Okay. So then you would say we shouldn't repeal it because it's going to cost us money, right?
Sometimes you have to get in the hole to get out of the hole.
Okay. So we should repeal healthcare then?
Well, I think so. I'm American, and I think I should have my own choice. I should not have to take
the entire bill.
Huh?
The entire healthcare bill.
A lot of it's shady. A lot of it. If there's things in there that shouldn't be in there.
Nobody knows what's in the entire bill.
Really?
I mean, it's 17,000 pages, isn't it?
I think it's 2,000, but.
But who's going to know all the details? I mean, there's things in there that doesn't even attach to the health care. Why are they in there? If you wanted them in there, you should have wrote a bill for that specific thing, not add it into our health care and say, okay, this is our bill now. This is health care bill. Wow.
And like, what did they add in that's not part of healthcare?
Oh. You think, Jeffrey?
I can't think of anything specific.
Yeah, we watch Glenn Beck all the time. There are certain things that's in there that actually have nothing to do with healthcare. Why they're there?
And you can't think of any specifics?
Not at this moment, no.
Okay. Well, I guess my last question would be, if there's one message you want people to take away from this event, our viewers watching at home, what should they take away?
Give back to America. Honor, trust. Everybody do their share.
Okay.
I mean, it'll make the country a much better place.